Hi guys, let me show you my chili and pepper plants. I've got several varieties growing and I would like to show you the plants and also how I managed to grow them. I'll explain how I did that. So here's a Naga chili plant. It's a very beautiful tree, look at this. It's almost like a bonsai tree. And there's a lot of little Naga chilies growing. I actually don't know the name of these. In our family circle and our community, we call these the African Naga. I guess there's an assumption, or maybe they do originate in Africa. They're not as spicy as the usual Naga chilies from Bangladesh, but they're very tasty. They have a very nice flavour. So if you're after the flavour of Naga, this is the one you want. I'll be seeding these as well. So if anyone would like seeds, please contact me and I'll give you some seeds. Here is the really spicy one. This is the this is the Bangladeshi Naga. Very, very spicy indeed. One of these I would probably eat over about a week on my own. These are extremely spicy, so I'd have a little bit with my food. And here's another one. It's another Bangladeshi Naga. Unfortunately, here you can see one of the stems broken, so the plant's a bit lopsided. That's my hose pipe. As I was pulling the hose pipe, unfortunately I broke a stem here of this plant. Here's sweet peppers. These are the Italian sweet peppers. They expect them to get a little bit larger. There's more here. There's more Italian sweet peppers. So these are being planted straight into the ground. Purple chilies. Look at this. Growing bunches. They're going quite well. And inside the greenhouse, we have more of those purple chilies. And some green ones. They also grow in bunches. This is great. This is all from one plant. And even that stem at the back, it's got chilies there. And I would have had, sorry, let me just show you the other plants. So there's a couple more plants. So there's this one here. Okay, and this one here. And there's one at the back. This is the only one that I paid for. It's not very spicy. And this is a sweet pepper. It's a small sweet pepper growing. It's the Italian sweet peppers. Now, how did I grow them? So here's an easy guide for growing chilies. So to start my chili plants and my pepper plants, I treat them in the same way. So about 2 months before the last frost, so probably about March time, I'd plant the seeds in seedling trays such as these, or this. So maybe 1 or 2 seeds in here and 1 in here in each of these pockets. And once the plants reach about 3 to 4 inches high, in pots about this size, maybe about 4 inches, you transfer them to slightly larger pots such as this. And in this one, they can grow up to about 10 inches high, and by that time you need to transfer them to their final pot. So for this Naga chili here, obviously it's this one here, it could have been a lot larger. So this one's a lot larger. It's more suitable for a large pepper plant or chili plant such as these. This one's probably too small as well. Okay, so, and that's it. And I really didn't give it much fertilizer. You could give any soluble plant fertilizer or the liquid ones, even tomato feed. They do really well for for pepper and chili plants. And just feed them once every fortnight. Other than that, just make sure they're in full sun and make sure it's watered regularly. Just water it once, and when the soil has dried out, this is not dry, you can see it's the soil on my finger. So if it's dry, then there will be no soil in your finger, and that's when you should water it again. And on very hot days, just keep watering the trays as well. And that's it. That's how I actually grew them. So keep them in as much sun as possible, and you can keep them in pots. The peppers, once they reached about 10 inches from their last pots, or even from here, when they reach a certain height, I planted them straight in the ground, and you can see there are peppers growing here, and some peppers there as well. And that's it really. And inside the greenhouse, let me just show you. Again, with these plants, I was planning to put them into larger pots. Had I put them into larger pots, maybe I would have had more chilies. But despite them being in quite small pots, I mean, look at the size of this one. It's not a very large pot, yet there are plenty of chilies in here. Look at this. These beautifully bunched chilies. It's the first time I've grown these, so it's been quite easy. It's not as difficult as some people make out to be. I'm sure you get better results if you are more meticulous about it. Again, this one should have been transplanted, yet you have chilies. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pick some of these Naga chilies, well, all of the fully grown ones, and I'd say these are pretty much fully grown. They don't grow very large, and I'm going to put them in here. And the idea is to pick all the large ones so that the smaller ones can grow, because the plant has to maintain everything that it's on the tree. And so if you pick all the larger chilies, larger peppers, then all these little flowers, little white flowers, will give you more chilies. You know, we're in at the end of August. You know, we're still getting some sun in September, and we should get a few more chilies. And I want to pop them in the greenhouse before the, before the end of the. Oh my God! Have a look at this. Can you see what I see? I'm so scared of caterpillars. I have to get rid of that. Okay, but I'm not going to show you this because some people may call me inhumane. So this is what I've picked from the plants in the garden, and here are the more purple variety. These are the yellow type. They're not very. There's only a few on the plant, and that plant was fully neglected. It was just left on the ground in the greenhouse, which in an area which didn't give it much light. Yet we had a few grown, so we may get some more. A lot of these light green ones, and I'm expecting these to be quite hot and these to be hot as well. Now the Naga plants, so this is what I've gathered. There's actually quite a lot more on the plant, which are a lot smaller. So I'm expecting those to grow, and hopefully the flowers can now fruit further and give us more Naga chilies. These are the extremely hot ones. So we'll probably pickle these actually. We'll make like a pickle out of these, and then they'll last throughout the year. So this is what I've gathered, guys. It's important to keep on harvesting, as I said, so that the plant can give its effort towards giving more fruits and more vegetables, and it's not so hard to grow chilies really. All right, see you later, guys. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and please look out for my future videos.